In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make over $2 million a day by using a secret method inside of the Forge. And I highly recommend you do this method fast, especially right before the updates, because if you do that, then you will probably be able to purchase literally the best pickaxes when the new update comes out. But if you guys do enjoy this video, all I ask is that you subscribe, and I really hope this video helps you out, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that is very essential, and that is obviously your sword and where you're going to be grinding. If you're a newer player, or maybe, you're not super good in the Forgotten Kingdom, that's perfectly fine. You can still do this method. You'll probably just earn a bit less. But the place that I highly recommend you go if you are a little bit of a lower tier player is follow this path normally where you would go to, the volcanic rocks and stuff, but continue on going forward and then take a right or left here, it doesn't matter, and go right past these rocks, and then you will be here where there's a bunch of NPCs that you will probably be able to kill a lot easier. I should say, if you cannot kill these guys very easily, I highly recommend you go a little bit further back and maybe go back to like the previous world or something. But now, what weapon do you want to have? There is a variety of things you can do in order to ensure that you can actually use this very good, but you want to go ahead and head over here to the Forge, and there is a specific set that you want to follow. There's multiple versions of swords you can get, or weapons like dagger, great sword, great axe, and all that stuff. That personally, in my opinion, doesn't really matter, but if you can get something like a katana, aka what I have, a dagger, or even a great sword, those are probably your best bets. Now, I will say I'm not going to be covering a great sword in this video because it requires significant amounts of resources, and I think it's just not too worth it. But if you are a new player and you actually don't have things like uranium, lightite, demonite, magmite, fireite, and stuff like that, you do not want to actually miss out on the multiplier part. You want to always be using whatever you have best to get the highest multiplier, because that's going to give the base damage for your weapon. And then based off the specific ores that you use, you may be able to actually get some perks on top of it, such as lightite giving faster attack speed, I forgot what this actually does on a sword, maybe like more damage. And using a forge calculator like this one, as you can see, I'm just using the forge calculator. We want to make a sword that is pretty high up in multiplier, but it also is going to benefit us in perks. So personally, since I'm more endgame, I'm going to use things such as magmite, and we're just going to go ahead and throw a few of those in there. And as you can see, this one, in my opinion, is very OP because this has a 50% AoE explosions on weapons with a 35% chance, and that's if like you're maxing out this perk. What this basically means, you can do a half more damage of your weapon with a 35% chance to everything within around you. So it's very OP. As you can see, I have it on my sword. I also have it as a blast chip too. And what it basically does, yeah, it's the same exact perk, except mine is at 87% of the weapon's damage. So basically, with a 35% chance, I'm doing double the damage. Now, if you are using multiple items, as long as you have a third of the things that you're using with that specific ore, it gives you the perk. So, for example, as long as 30% of the thing is magmite, I get the magmite perk right here, the trait. And then we're going to add things like ore. This gives us weapon damage. It will decrease our health, but this is typically fine, especially if you have pretty good armor. Our goal here is to get close to one-shotting or being able to avoid getting hit as much as possible. So that way we're not worried about it. The less you actually die doing the method that I'm going to show you guys, the better it's going to be. But here's one of the methods that you can do. You can go ahead, use 5 magmite, 4 ores, and 4 fireites. And I'm actually going to show you guys a few methods in order to, see if you guys are able to actually do any of them. This next one is a little bit more advanced. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, except we're actually putting in less of all of these guys. But instead, you're going to substitute in another thing such as demonite. Demonite is very good if you have it, but you have to have the right amount, and that's going to increase your multiplier by a lot. Just keep in mind, when you do something like this, it decreases your traits right over here. I also did forget about something you can also do. You can go ahead throw in things like Rivalite. Let's go ahead just throw in 3 of those. That actually gives you a crit chance, which is really good. I'm pretty sure crit does like double damage. So if you can get that to pop up, in my opinion, this is very friendly to new players, and it's also very, very good. You are also able to implement things like Darkrai, more Demonite, and stuff like that. But bro, that's just so expensive, and it's unnecessary considering we're only a week away from the update. Now, after you have constructed your amazing sword, what are you going to do with it? Like I said, you want to head over to the best area that you can possibly think of that you are actually able to live in, and you can actually combat the enemies. Obviously, you don't want to stand somewhere like right here, bro. These guys are super easy to kill. Like, I could go around, do this for days, and it's a pretty pointless, to be honest. But currently, at the time I'm recording, as you can see right up here in the corner, there is a 2 times luck boost going on. Now, by the time you guys are seeing this video, there's probably around 24 hours of this left. But this perk actually applies to mob enemies as well. It is not just to ores. Anything that you can actually see inside of the index, whether it's in the ores section, like the, you know, the different types of ores we have, or even the drops that you can get from the NPCs, such as Superior Essence and Epic Essence, they do get affected by this luck change. I went ahead and actually asked in the official server to make sure this is true, because personally, I didn't even know about it. But yes, it does affect it. So do these actual luck potions. Literally anything that's luck related can affect your chances, and it's very essential that you make sure you're doing it. But now, personally, I am able to one-shot, or not one-shot necessarily, but I can kill most of the NPCs very quickly. And if I do my ultimate attack, as you can see, his entire health is pretty much gone, and I'm able to get some of the best essence, such as the Greater Essence. Currently, I believe the best essence inside of the game is the Epic Essence, and then like the Superior Essence, and then the Greater Essence. But the best part is, this luck boost works a little bit differently for enemies, since like you're almost always guaranteed to get essence anyways. Instead of just getting one, you actually get it in multiples now. You get far more than one recipe. As you can see right there, I just got 3 of the Greater Essence, and I got 1 of the Superior Essence. I should mention, if you have not gotten to this part of the game, don't worry, because I'm gonna keep going in depth about this, but there is something else you can do to get some really quick cash. If you actually go to the spawn of the game, you know, right next to the canyon, and head over in this direction to the right of the dock, and you head over to this little mini island, there is this monkey guy right over here. I have actually already done his quest because he's a pretty beginner quest, but he's really good. And if you talk to him, he basically asks you to get him like 30 bananite, and that's super easy to do. All you have to do for that is you literally just go to the first world inside of the game, bro, I believe, and like the first enemies have it, or maybe I think it's an ore. Yeah, so never mind. It's inside of a rock and a boulder. I could probably one-shot those now. But yeah, this guy gives you, I believe, like 10k cash. It's a very good starter quest, so definitely do it. But there's a way better method. The thing I'm showing you guys now is actually by far the best method to earning money, because not only do you get a lot of essence, and by the way, I did do an hour of grinding before this video, and just to show you how much essence that gave me, or actually I could go ahead sell it right here because I have the game pass for it. I'm gonna select all, and then I'm gonna remove the ores, because obviously I didn't get ores from this. And as you can see, with the runes that you get, and let's say this is like an hour of grinding, I think this was less than an hour. Let's see how much it is. Let's say accept, and boom, look at that, 76,000. So if we go ahead and do our calculation, 76,000 times 24 hours, you are able to make over 1.8 million monies inside of that time period. That is very good, bro. Considering the fact we already know that some of the pickaxes in the next update are going to cost over $1 million, it's very important that you actually go ahead and do this method as soon as possible, especially before the event is gone. That would just be so beneficial for all of you guys. Bro, can I please get inside of the damn depths? Thank you, bro. All right, finally. And then For things like the Reaper, personally, I do get killed very quickly by these guys. So I try to actually spin around them, hit them once, and then like dash backwards. Now, I will say it's a little bit harder to do if you don't have the angel race. But since I do have it, it lets me do it very quickly. And I got 3 epic essence from the Reaper. So it's so OP, bro. Like, oh my gosh. If I just sit here and do this for a little bit, I will be literally maxed out. I don't even know if there's a max. Okay, he's a little bit strong. Look, see, he does hit me. And when he does, it hurts really bad. So I try to avoid him as much as I can. But also his rewards, as you can see, 3 epic essence is very good. Just for reference, if I were to sell 3 epic essence, it goes for 300. Meaning I just made, oh my god, I'm about to die. As I was saying, I just made $300 in literally less than like, what, 5 seconds? I did also forget to mention the runes that you actually put on your sword are very essential too. For mine, I will say I went ahead and used blast chips. That, in my opinion, is the best thing you can go ahead throw on your runes. And you want to find one that has a very high % chance as well as a very high damage dealt. So, for example, my blast chip has explosion and attack speed on it. You want to make sure it definitely has 2 things. This will benefit your sword a lot, and it's very important. Armor and stuff like that do too. I mean, some will increase your physical damage, but I did make a whole separate video about armor in specific. I highly recommend you check out this video on how I beat the Forge in 24 hours. It's very important for armor, and it gives you all the information you need to know. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Let's get back into the video. Another very good strategy, if you do run pretty fast, is actually spinning around the enemies. And that makes it harder for them to be able to hit you. You can also parry with them. It's a little bit harder, but the developers did actually make it a bit easier recently, I believe. I'm able to get to parry them more frequently, and I'm gonna go ahead and try it with the Reaper, but he is pretty difficult to do. The one I benefit the most from by parrying is the slimes, because they literally stun you, and it's so annoying. See, there we go. I just parried it, and I'm able to kill it. Now I'm gonna fight a slime without parrying it, just to show you guys how annoying it is. And for the first time in my entire life, there's no slimes. Wow. Okay, there we go. One has spawned, and this is without parrying. And as you can see, he literally stuns me, and it's so annoying to kill. But you are able to, I believe, parry every single enemy just like that. Did it with that guy, and it takes no effort. I mean, you just press F for like 1 second, and that way you won't get hit. Look, but if you do parry too early, actually, it won't let you. He did just hit me because I did it too early, but there we go. We are just defeating these enemies. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this for around like 5-10 minutes, and I'll show you guys how much we gain after that. So keep in mind, before I do it, my stuff sells for, or actually we gotta take out the Slimite, oh my god. But without it, we are selling stuff for 80,000. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the quick grinding, and I'll be back. All right, there we go. I just died for the 2nd time, which is fine, because if you die, I mean, you can just take the cannon and go back up there. And I did forget to mention some things, but we're going to get into that right now. But to show you how much I made in that time period, let's go ahead and take out the bones that we got, because that is actually more money. We're going to get into that too. But just by selling this, as you can see, we went up 7,000 in 5 minutes. Which, as you can see, calculating 7,000 in 5 minutes times 12 for it to be an hour, we get 84,000, which is exactly how much you're supposed to get. And let's just go ahead, sell that thing. There we go. We just banked, bro. Oh my god, my game is like completely frozen. And there we go. We just sold 1,000 items for 87,000. You can also actually take this to a whole nother level too. If you have potions and stuff you want to go ahead and buy. I will say damage potions are not really worth buying because they only last 60 seconds and is 10% damage. And it's 250 gold. So in my opinion, not the best deal in the game, but it is still beneficial. However, you can still use the luck potion for this, so I highly recommend luck. But after you do all of that, that's actually not it, because although you can get 84,000 with just the essence, on top of that, you are able to go to the forge after you have, defeated all the enemies, and you can actually make a bunch of armor to sell. And the only purpose of this armor would literally just be to sell. You could just put in around 40, of an ore or the dark bonites, preferably, and then hopefully you get some good armor. And actually, I just got night armor, so it's not gonna be the best, but it is still worth a lot. And I'm gonna go and quickly complete this. There we go. We have completed the Dark Knight armor. Let's see how much this sells for. I think it's like 2k. It's not that crazy for this one. But yeah, actually, it's 3k. So not bad. You do also get normal bonite sometimes. You get slimite and stuff like that. So it's beneficial that you use all of these things in order to craft armor. And then you just go to your equipment, find the armor, and sell it. I literally do this all the time. You not only get a ton of XP for fighting the enemies and getting the essence, but on top of that, you get these ores that you can just sell. Never sell the ores by themselves though, because it goes for a lot less than it's worth. But yeah, like I said, make use of this 2x luck that's currently going on in the game, because after it's gone, it's going to be a little bit worse of a method. However, regardless, this is still by far the best method. But I really hope this video helps you guys out. And if it does, please go ahead and watch this video on the screen right here. I went ahead and picked it for you myself. It's one of my favorites, and I would very much appreciate it if you watch this. So hurry up and pick it, because this video is about to end. And until then, I'll catch you in that video. Hurry, click it. Bye.